Hi, Giri.
Oh, Cristina, can we start in 1 minute?
Yes. Okay.
Thank you. Yes, hello, Cristina, again. Good afternoon.
Hi, Giri.
And I know that there is a 1 hour difference between us. Where are you now, if I may be curious?
In Romania,
Perfect, nice. I love to visit this country one day because it's always been my dream and it's on the map.
of course,
There is
it's
a
a nice
point
country.
for the mountains, especially, and people and food I would like to. And I'm in Prague, in Czech Republic.
Yes, I know. I was there.
Nice,
Very,
nice. And
very nice city.
yeah, and when? How long ago?
Long time ago, but many times also in transit
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
to Germany. So maybe 10 plus years
mm-hmm.
because I,
Yeah.
I went through Prague many, many times.
Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
I also visited a little bit, and it's a beautiful city.
Nice, perfect. So I'm very happy that you are here. Thank you for coming. Uh, Cristina Imre is our honored guest today for this podcast, and we will be talking not only uh, about you, but also about something which is called quantum. I was trying to find out, really, I was trying to investigate a little bit, and I even dig into one of the books which I have, which is called Tower of Physics. What does it mean, this word quantum? But I wasn't able to find any more information, so I hope we will know something from you today about this, maybe, and also
Okay,
about
this would
coaching
be
and other
interesting.
things. Mhm. What do you do
Interesting
actually?
start.
What is your professional job? What do you do?
I'm a doctor as a profession,
Yes.
a serial entrepreneur as activities, let's say lifetime activities, and currently a coach, executive coach for amazing founders, especially tech founders from
Mm-hmm.
around the world, but mostly US based. And also, I work with executives, corporate executives. So both parts are
Perfect.
into function right now. And it's interesting that you mentioned quantum because it's there for a reason, obviously, but many times I don't start to work in that direction because many people are not yet open to work with the invisible
Mm-hmm.
world around us. They are more
Mm-hmm.
pragmatic, especially when you're building a business in a startup or if you're a corporate executive. But everyone is open today that everything is energy. We are energy, and so we attract who we are and what we feel in specific moments, and that reality is perception. And so people start to be open to these things, but I don't just jump with them there. It's everything about who I'm working with. If they are prepared for what they are prepared. And so I
Mm-hmm.
take them there. I am known for very customized coaching programs. They are signature programs, but are very, very customized.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to know you, who you are
Mm-hmm.
as a human-centric person. That's my key. You do have your own recipe. You are unique, and I need to discover you first to see what works best for you.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. Thank you for sharing. Uh,
Sure.
okay, so perfect. And also, I witnessed that you are doing some podcasts like me. Uh,
It's a
tell us a little bit
passion.
more about that also, please, if you can.
Yeah, sure. It's a passion project. As you saw, I'm not exactly consistent, unfortunately, because I lack time, but I do have series. And it's a long time since I launched a podcast. It's a second podcast. I do have two. I also have one in Romanian, but not under my name. And I do understand the importance of podcast. And the way I see it is legacy in time. It's like a library. that also my daughter and others who would be interested in my work to hear my voice and just be there in the future for them. So I see online and social and podcasting as part of the future I leave behind. And this is how I see it. I don't stress myself if I don't have weekly podcast. I have a huge wait list with amazing guests. I have no time to interview. So that's not a problem. The time is a problem, and also priorities. We need to prioritize things.
Mm-hmm.
So it is an ongoing project for 3 years, I believe. Yeah. And it will continue because I love podcasting. I got better at this. My guests love to be interviewed by me. I also love to go on podcasts. It's just part of the future, and it's beautiful.
I don't want to make it boring for our audience. However, I would like to mention Roxana Puppet because was on her podcast recently. She was very very nice, and I noticed that we are common friends also. So yeah, this is great. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it too.
And she has a podcast, and many people have podcasted today, and they see the benefits of it. I mean, every material I put online, it's there for a reason. So first, if someone says, "Okay, everything is censored," no, it's just that you need to consider that you can be also a role model for others. And so, if you can post something that your mother could read or see anytime, that's good to go by me. And so everything goes online. It's a signature. It's a part of your life. It's part of who you are. And it will be like a testament in the future. And so I encourage everyone to start a podcast, even if it's just a hobby, they do it wherever they want. Because I go back in my past to search for podcasts I did because of the good information I put there and I forgot and I want to use it in an article or for
Mhm.
my bio. We'll just talk about this because there are many podcasts I prepared a lot, and there are more or less successful. But for some, I truly prepared. And there is tons of awesome information in those podcasts. So if I can use it for myself, good. I go back to YouTube interviews, YouTube videos as well to research something. Oh, I know I worked on that, but I forgot something. And it's so cool. It's interesting. It's also my own library.
Yeah, you mentioned my mom. She really loves quantum. And what is really interesting that you mentioned that she can listen to this as well, because she doesn't speak English, but this will encourage me to put Czech subtitles because I'm in Prague. We speak Czech, not English. So encourage me under this video to put some Czech subtitles so that people can understand what we are speaking, even they don't speak English. Yeah, this is very important. Thank you for this notice. And
Hello, Jiri's mom. I'm happy that you're here. And if you see this podcast, I will try to bring as much value as possible.
imagine that she's struggling with some severe illnesses, but she's fighting. She's on the beach at night at 3 o'clock in the morning at night. She would be alone in the beach with her dog only, and she would be doing some kind of quantum exercises. And she would be barefoot walking and swimming in a very cold water and really struggling. So yeah, anyway, this is not about me. I will stop now and I will focus on you, Christina. Sorry for that.
No problem. It's part of your life. It's part of what concerns you, and we can approach that as well. We don't have a standardized questionnaire, although you told me what you want to talk about, but I just came like fresh with no
Perfect.
agenda. I think
Perfect.
that the best podcasts are those that are not well prepared. No, excuse me, I need to correct here. So I am preparing my podcast because I know my guests. They love that. And I cannot understand someone who just invites someone to a podcast without knowing the guest. It's part of respect. So I do know my guests and I do have around 5 questions in mind. But if the flow of the conversation goes to talk about your mom, then okay, we go there because it's more important. It's the energy part of what connected us, and the conversation needs or it's hungry to go into a direction because something maybe it's there, some audience needs that or to hear that in the future.
Definitely, I would like to touch this quantum subject a little bit later. However, I would like to also introduce myself. My name is Jiří Borč, and I do podcasts with interesting people around our planet. concerning a little bit more on business. And I prepared like a short questionnaire for you about your past, present, and future to get to know your life story, Cristina, and to get to know a little bit more about you, who you are. And I would like to start. I will not shuffle these questions. I will start with the past. If you are really happy or grateful about some things which you achieved in the past concerning your business perspective or professional field, would you like to share with us a little bit, maybe?
Wow, this is such a broad question, and we don't have too much time to talk about my past. But what I would love to add when it comes to achievements, I was never too much for diplomas and recognitions and excellence cards or whatever. For me, achievement is what my clients or the people I helped achieved through my help, because many times, even when I was an executive or I run a startup, I constantly coached in the background. And so it's part of me. I am a coach for myself and for others. And no matter if I build a business, because I do understand the need to improve ourselves and the need of help from someone else, because we don't have constantly that energy to just fulfill every expectation without any good word or someone who just is that a mirror to show us who we are in particular times and be there for us and be that shoulder, that guide, that trusted person who knows the drill and knows what to do and how to help us properly. That's why I functioned the assessing and understanding human nature business combined for 2 decades. So my achievements are through the achievements of my clients, and there are huge ones, many. I don't even know where to start because I started coaching very early, even just around me with friends and so forth before it became a profession. And I recall many, many objectives that were traced for the first time next to me on a board or in a notebook, and very, very ambitious goals of people. And then I traced with them, I helped them, I created the route, what they should do, and I was next to them for a shorter or broader period of time. And then noticing in the future, pass forward, I see so many of plans done 2 decades ago, 50 decades ago, more or less, that are now realized or even achieved, even if I am not recognized as a person, because this is sometimes that the coach has to face. It works in the background, and the successes of executives you see, founders you see many times are very connected with a very good coach somewhere in this world, but they are not recognized with names, but they were those strengths, power, tools that kept that founder, executive on the line without or before failing for some particular reasons. I was also indirectly involved in life situations. When I work with someone, I consider we are a complex creature with personal business. I don't separate the two. It's crazy to separate the two. I cannot work with an executive on his business deal or a board meeting if he has a sick child at home and cannot sleep because he's so stressed about that. You need to solve the emergency situations first, and then you continue with what you would do normally in that coaching session, let's say, or in your program. And I faced many, many personal situations where also people wanted to kill themselves. And I had situations where I was called from the rooftop, and I had very, very stressful emergency calls I needed to deal with. And I consider that maybe I also saved some lives in real time, but also by helping amazing leaders lead and be healthy, mental health wise and business wise and family wise, they impacted more people around them to do a good job, to be a good mother who leaves something behind, to create prosperity for them and for their communities and so forth. So these are the achievements I truly feel that are important for me. And I have plenty of this.
Thank you. Thank you. I am also part of the business community in Prague. and in Czech Republic, where people are a little bit more spiritual. I have here one friend, her name is Kateřina Lisné. I will connect you with her in the future. And she's also interested in quantum theories and concerned with business. Yes, quantum with business. She's very interested in this. What is this quantum in your eyes? How do you perceive it? Can I like jump just little briefly? Because
Wow, okay. Yeah. It is a complex topic. I would just love to address a little bit because if you want to go more deeply, and the way I work, it's based and similar with the entire work of Joe Dispenza. I admire highly. And I believe that he will remain in history as one of the game changers during this time. Why? Because he managed to translate the complex into simple terms and connect the science with the esoteric or spiritual or voodoo kind of things seen before. And today comes with the needed research behind that shows how many things we didn't know before, even if we felt we can do things energetically and that we are energy more than matter, and that energy can transform matter more. And now today he does have that kind of huge, amazing data that can just silence anyone who says that this is bullshit, BS. Sorry. And so I admire his work. One of my podcasts basically was a big hit when I worked and I talked about his work. And so I did a series of two. And I watched what he did together with Greg Braden as well. And so from the beginning, I saw his ascensions from the beginnings when he started to talk without too much conviction. And during the time, what happened once he had more and more data and proof. And he explains basically the quantum model, but quantum fields, basically. We work with quantum fields. We consider that. And in simple terms, we are energy. Our thoughts are the electrical energy from the electromagnetic field each human has. Then the body is the magnetical energy. And so what you think and what you feel basically will create your reality, because what you feel and what you think is basically what you can conceive that exists around you. We cannot fulfill or go over something we don't believe exists. We don't even see it. It's like with the focus. If you're focused to buy a specific red car, you will start to see that car because your focus shifted to see that kind of new reality. And so you project from your future, your desired future, into the present moment, and focusing more and more, your road to get that specific car gets smaller, and you will have it sooner or later, according to how powerfully you believe in that thing, like being real today, not in the future. Living in the desired future, it is truly an art. It's part of the practice a person can make, and the future and the result will be based on how good it is to live in that desired future as it happens today. And this will bring also the element of feeling and being in the present moment. One of the best aspects, and maybe one of my main focus lately, and during 2022, it was a main focus to bring the present more into the equation, including for myself as a life learner. I constantly improve my methods. I constantly work. I constantly be part of masterminds, coaching groups, so forth. So I do have my coaches. I am a true believer of what you practice, you preach. And so in this year, I focused on the present moment on myself so much because it brought me so much happiness, and the quality of my life improved tremendously by just bringing that desired future in my present moment, but taking more and more moments in time during the day to be really focused on the present and on any kind of sensation, including how I feel myself now in this chair, my breathing, my emotions. So focusing on all of the aspects: visual, kinesthetic, auditive, breathing exercises, and so eating, tasting the food, everything that helps you be more in the present. Why? Because in the present you cannot be stressed. It's the most peaceful moment in life, and you constantly have that present. Now it's present, now it's present, now it's present, now it's present. So if you can continue to prolong that time spent in the present moment, you basically could heal yourself by anything, because in the present moment you are perfect, everything is fine. So yeah, maybe I created a little bit long story, but this is the way I felt now inspired to share the quantum and the model, and the way I am also working and believe in applying the quantum model of reality in our daily lives.
Yeah, Christina, I would like to mention that these names which you mentioned, Greg Braden, Bruce Lipton, Joe Dispenza, these people are influencing also our community here in the Czech Republic. We have a business community of 40 people. We are
Yes, I
meeting every
forgot
month.
Bruce Lipton. I cannot forget Bruce Lipton is the trio that was formed many years ago, and from there they went a little bit. They are together, but in different lines, and they have a different language. Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, despite the fact that you answered my question already, I will ask again, if you don't mind. What current projects are you working on at this moment? You mentioned it already, but maybe didn't you forget anything? What are you working on now, or maybe in the future? What can you invite us to? Two questions.
Yeah, two questions. Unfortunately, I cannot answer to both because I do have some current great opportunities on my hands to assess, and that could change literally a lot of things I've planned for 2023. So I need to assess these opportunities, the current moment. But besides that, I must say that I will continue working with awesome people. So I do have my mission. I cannot share many parts of it, but one of it is that I'm a true believer that if at the top and also running amazing, wealthy companies, you do have influence through them. And so those who are running powerful, influential, game changer companies, they have the power to move the needle here on Earth quicker than the general population. So part of my mission is to back up those kind of individuals, because if we would be run at the top by the right type of leaders, we won't have an issue on this earth. We have such a beautiful, plenty earth with so many resources. There are so many problems that could have been solved a long time ago. If the right type of leaders come to the same table, they can truly share a bigger wisdom and picture for the entire humanity and this earth, and then just put together the infrastructure that's in place today, but it's not connected properly. But they could have this kind of power to do it. And so that's why I will be always allied, and I'm searching, even if I'm searching to work with my perfect clients that are very important to me. I don't work with everyone. I work with the right ideal clients. And so when I search for them, I want to see their long-term vision as well. Because, okay, maybe we will work together for many years to come. It's not because you will become dependent by me, but because your objectives will change and we will reach your first objectives in no time, 6 months, 2 years, but then you will want more and more. And so I also see this as a community built on the long run with quality people together. So I want to help this kind of individuals and companies who want the good for this. And it's very serious to me. It became very serious during the last years after I turned 40 and now I'm 44 to move ahead with just helping the right type of people and companies.
Yes, I will mention a couple of those leaders under this video. Also, if you like anything, write to Cristina under this video, write to her any question or comment. She will be gladly to answer these questions to you. And yes, do you have hobbies, time for hobbies, or this is your work? How do you see
You
hobbies?
need to have time for hobbies. It's part of life. So life blends personal and professional. Sometimes we have more time for hobbies, sometimes not. But you do need to make yourself a happy life, because if you don't have joy in your life, it makes no sense. You are not a robot here. You need to enjoy life and also be a mother for others, because life shouldn't be a struggle, shouldn't be a pain, shouldn't be a place to suffer. should be a place to flourish and fulfill yourself and pursue a better and a better future. So I do have, they are changing because I am changing constantly. I'm a new version. I'm a new Cristina than I was 5 years ago. Right now, currently, I love to run. This is a long hobby already. So running at night, late at night with my iPod and my music is just something that it's addictive. It's so beautiful. I can clear my head. I just love it. And another hobby I would mention is forensics. I am a geek in forensics. I have 4 published books. 2 are fiction, and in fiction I put everything I've learned also from medical school, but afterwards I was very interested in studying human nature, about deviant personalities as well, psychiatry, and also serial killers and so forth. And forensics was for me, maybe also coming from my family, because my grandfather was in forensics and he ran the forensics lab in another city for a while. So for me, it was so interesting to discover the clues, because even when you read a company or a person, you need to be very open, like a Sherlock Holmes, to the clues. And this was so fascinating. When I write the 2 books, the forensics books, I put there a lot of mystery, occult, and also detective types and so forth. So I use my forensic knowledge, and that continues. So I am watching, like, ID channel is my favorite channel. I could just watch constantly. Also crime and investigation and other channels and documentaries in this regard. But I am such an interested, curious detective in finding clues, and it helps me also in my life, even if you're looking to crazy things and murders and rapes and so forth. So I am the researcher, I'm the scientist in this, and I don't think this will go away soon.
Yeah, I like it also. I like Hercule Poirot, and then I liked the new series. Now I forgot the name. I'm sorry. I will remember later.
On ID channel?
The new one, the newest American series about the killers. Uh,
Yeah. I
uh,
think that they also run different kind of series per country, but yeah, there are tons
Dexter
of
is the
this.
name. Dexter.
Ah, Dexter. Yes, I watched the series Dexter. Obviously, it was part of my hobbies in the past. I saw the entire series long time ago. I love that. It was such a good script. I mean, really, it's a good script there. You can find a lot of or learn a lot, many things about blood pattern and more. Yeah.
Christina, if you were to give a takeaway message with a very brief one sentence, what would you say to our audience?
What's your hobby before I say that? Because I'm now curious.
I am I used to like Aikido before,
Oh,
and now I do
very
winter
nice.
swimming because I have some problem with Aikido, some problem with orientation, and changed to winter swimming.
Winter swimming.
Yeah,
Wow,
in the
that's
nature. I
interesting.
prefer to walk in the nature and then swim the whole year. Never mind if it's hot or cold.
And
Swimming,
did you
I like.
notice any kind of improvement on your immunity
Yeah,
by doing
definitely.
that?
Definitely. Yes, I do. I really recommend to everybody not be afraid and try it. You cannot hurt yourself if you are there for a very short time to begin with. And I would really recommend it. I always have a partner with you, somebody who is watching you and a hot drink. And if you do that, you can always start. So I recommend everybody to go out with a friend and start winter swimming. Really
Mm,
for a short time, but try it.
awesome.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
So my last message to the world, right? Yeah, Christmas is coming, New Year's is coming, a new year is coming. So I would love to leave something there. In different periods of my life, I would have suggested different things. Now is something I already said today. No matter if you are a happy workaholic like I am, take some time to enjoy life, really. Don't just rush from one thing to another. wanting to do everything for everyone. Just breathe, just take that time to enjoy life and just do some little things for yourself on a daily basis. Because, on the big scheme of things, this will make you happy, fulfilled, or sad, depressed, suicidal, or very, very anxious. Enjoy life. You just don't know how much time you have on this earth.
Yes.
So, at least, even if you have a mission, just find things, find moments for yourself to enjoy life.
Thank you, Cristina. Same to you. And Cristina Imre, Quantum Wins, was our honored guest today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jiri. It was a pleasure.
And usually I would hit the stop recording button now, but I will leave it running a little bit more with your permission. Do you still have time to talk for 3 minutes?
Yes.
Tell me, do you have any question for me as well about anything?
What are your plans for 2023?
I don't know. I would like to relax more because I need it. I have one niece and one nephew, 2 and 3 years old. I'm taking
Hmm.
care of them. I would like to revisit Turkey again because I was there twice and I liked it. I would like to visit Norway. And as I mentioned, Romania also. So these are great plans for traveling. And besides, I would like to continue in my online activities in the business activities with podcasting, networking, and community building. I would like to continue with that, not give up because sometimes it's very hard not to give up, but I would like to continue because sometimes when somebody comes and says thank you, you are doing a great job, this keeps me going.
I
That's
believe
it.
now it's a very good, proper period in time to start traveling around, and you see that you have so many options to work remotely, hubs that are now everywhere. In Romania, you will find a very remote friendly environment, and not just in my city. My city is super prepared for remote lifestyle. We have hubs, we have awesome internet, one of the best in the world, tons of nice coffee shops, the most welcoming type of people who are always ready to help foreigners. We love foreigners by essential. This is the way we are in Timișoara. You have all ethnicities, so very diverse and welcoming for all. And yeah, each part of the country has different beauties to explore, and the entire Europe. So good for you. Do it.
Yes, let's do it.
Travel.
Let's do it.
Yeah, create an year for a travel route for yourself and just go.